SCP Labrat is the most unusual horror game on Steam, from the game's perspective and from the community's perspective, but mostly from the community because they have gone absolutely wild. Like seriously, some of these comments they left under this game deserve multiple life sentences, especially this one in particular. Not only that, but somehow it managed to garner over 103 helpful recommendations. How? And it doesn't just end there, because the developer also responded to that comment and agreed with them. So it's kind of like, I don't even know what this community is made up of at the moment. And it's all just for a peanut monster. Like, it's not even anything that looks remotely good to make a joke about. This is a living peanut thing. I tried not to look into it too much because, as we all know, Zook's constantly got an eye on me 24/7, wherever I go, whatever I do, and I wasn't really in the mood of him purposely putting peanut hentai onto my Instagram feed, but it does seem like the community is conjuring up some sort of lewd thing with this SCP specifically. Not any of the others from what I gather, just this one, and I don't really know why, and I'm quite scared because I would not want to see the outcome of whatever atrocity they make. Anyways, it's an incredibly scary community. I'm pretty sure they're all lovely people though, but I would preferably not want any part in that at all. Time to get back to the game. I've not played an SCP game at all. This is in fact my first SCP game I've ever played in my entire life, because I haven't always had access to a PC to play the SCP games, so I jumped into it not knowing anything about it or what to expect. I just jumped straight into the deep end on this one. And it was pretty weird because I thought it was just gonna like revolve itself around this peanut monster, SCP-173, I think that's the name. But it did in fact shock me a lot when other SCPs started joining in out of nowhere. Like there was a guy who could literally walk through doors and just follow me around, and I kind of didn't know what to do with that one, but I just sort of ran. Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's makes an appearance as well, but in this version it seems like he's crawled straight out of Florida high on multiple different substances that have seemed to render him incapable of performing his tasks he was meant to do, which was try and kill me. Some other honourable mentions are the skull, which I kind of didn't know how to get to because it requires a level 3 access card, and I haven't actually fully completed the game, so I don't really know what that does for me. This place, because it turns stuff into other items somehow magically. And finally, the dancing bear. I wish I could have gone and met it somehow, some way, but unfortunately I didn't know how to, and the door was locked. Those were all the SCPs I found though, so I'm not sure if there's any more in the game or not. I'm probably going to finish the game in my own time, just because it seems to be a very big game. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of going back and forth in it as well, which just makes it 500 times longer. And sometimes you just get straight up lost. Like there is just some points in the game where it's like, they'll give you a level 1 access card. Great, now I've forgotten each and every door or thing I need to open with that card, and now I need to go all the way back, and I need to open each and every door that I tried in my previous run around the area to see which ones are going to work now and which ones aren't. While most of this game is door simulator, it doesn't really give a clear explanation as to how you end the game either. Like the highest level card you can get is level 3, but I'm not really sure if that's like end game. It doesn't even really tell you what to look for, like what your main purpose in life is. They just sort of like chuck you in an intro thing and a bunch of stuff happens and a couple of people die and the peanut gets loose, and then from there on out you're basically playing hide and seek with it. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say it's just a weird game in general. It does incredibly well on the scare factor because you're constantly on the lookout for this thing, the peanut, and anything else that lurks in the dark. And it's quite surprising how long it actually takes for you to get accustomed to how the thing works, this SCP, because each and every time I encountered it, my first instinct was to turn around and run, but that's like how you die, is like not looking at it. And I don't know why, but it took me so long to fully get used to that. It must surely be down to the fact that most other horror games that you're given always tell you to run away, like no matter what, don't look at the monster, just get out of there straight away, just leg it. And then there's this game which is just a bit different. I really wanted to make this video now to talk about it and just explain a bit what it's about, which seems to revolve a lot around this peanut thing because that's basically the game. But on the other hand, I'm pretty sure the developer recently released a statement saying that they were going to rework the entire game, like just build it up again from scratch and redo it all completely. So I am in fact very eager to play this new and improved version of it. I don't know why, because there wasn't anything that was particularly gripping about this particular horror game. It was just a horror game, but somehow very deeply it means just more than that entirely. It's not just any horror game. And because of this introduction to this type of SCP content game thing, I'm definitely going to go out and try and see if I can find any more on Steam and play those so I can get a bit of a better idea on how all these SCP work and maybe understand a bit of the lore a bit so I can make sense of this game. But that's all I've got for today. I will link the game down in my description if you want to go and try it. Please let me know what you think, and if you have any idea how these games work, please explain them to me so I can understand them a bit. And if you did enjoy the video, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, it does help me out a lot. You don't even need to pay anything because it is completely free, and all it does is let you know when my next videos are going to come out. So until next time, goodbye.